guys.
We're back with another episode of Two Little Black Girls podcast.
Episode 52.
Yeah. So, like usual, you're listening to this probably on YouTube, so hit that subscribe button right there. It says subscribe. And if you want to get more updates on Two Little Black Girls and what we're doing on the daily, or just more details about things we might mention in the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, links in the description, as well as Instagram, and our blog posts where we have fashion and reviews and all that jazz going up once a week and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So, so we're having more lookbook or adventures in Two Little Black Girls posts.
Yeah, there's a newer one, a new style post coming up, so be on the lookout for that. Or by the time this one goes live, it'll be up already. So.
Yeah, it'll definitely be up. And
so
then there'll be another one too.
Yeah, various things.
Yeah.
Though that one we didn't really do a lot of details, but
it's okay.
But yeah, stuff pending on the blog, and plenty of things that if this is your first time listening, the blog is brand new to you, so all that content is brand new for you to go and absorb. So do it.
So if this is your first time listening, I'm Kristen.
And I'm Alicia.
Okay, so today our topic for today is going to be changing careers.
Yeah.
One thing that we've notice is that for our generation, Gen Y, millennials, whatever you want to call us, we always feel this sense of restlessness in whatever position that we're working in, and we're always looking for what our next thing is gonna be.
Yeah. So if you listen to our old school podcast, our first eps, we're always talking about jobs and how to escape certain careers, certain places and all that. And apparently that's everyone's deal. It's not just us.
Yeah. All for ourselves and for most of our friends, they all either want to leave their job now or they want to leave their job in the next year.
Yeah. So everything is very short term, it seems. If someone's staying in a job for 3 years, that's a long time. At least at this stage in your life, in your early to mid 20s.
Yeah. And it seems I know people that I work with that are in their late 20s, and even they're thinking about changing careers or changing their specific position, and some people are considering or have already applied to go back to school.
Yeah.
It's just wow.
And it's just sometimes it's how did when did that start becoming a thing? I know there are plenty of articles on this, but is there a way to trace what sparked people feeling unrest and deciding to, what, I'm gonna leave, and it's now the new norm?
It could be a lot of things. It could be
of opportunity.
Yeah, there's definitely that lack of opportunity. I think that compared to previous generations, it was more difficult for our generation to find career jobs right out of college.
Yeah.
And even when we did find career jobs, they pay less and they're not as satisfying as they once was.
Now or before?
Now. I feel in the past, you get your degree and then you go to school and you find that job.
And you're there.
Yeah, and it pays you enough to live and work, and working isn't all about money, it is about happiness. But then when you're working somewhere and you're not 100% happy and it's not
financially
paid, it's not
sound.
Right, then it kind of makes you think I might
as well be unhappy and make twice as much.
Yeah, or be happier and make the same amount, there has to be at least one benefit. But if you're just this is okay, I like this, but it's not somewhere I want to be in the long term, and you could find something else that you like or something that pays you more, or both, it's why stay here?
Yeah. Also, I feel a part of the whole college thing, before, not as many people went to college, so everyone wasn't, like you said, wasn't certified to have these career type of jobs. But now there's just so much competition, again, that lends itself to employers thinking they can pay whatever they want because there's always someone else who's looking for a job and will take what they get.
Right.
What they can get and just go with it.
Right. I don't know if I should...
You don't have to give specific examples.
Let me not give specific examples.
Something you read.
But,
A story from
I know,
friend.
like, in general, in, like, my field in social work, like, typically, like, we tend to be, like, more underpaid, given, like, our education. Like, people who have the same level of education, other fields tend to, like, get more money, but there are opportunities out there that will pay you, more, and, I feel like, a lot of the people that I work with, like, they're getting, like, really tired of, like, working for the amount that we're making, so that's kind of, like, their main motivation to leave. And just in general, like, I feel like a lot of nonprofits are realizing that the main reason why they have, like, low retention rates is because they can't pay staff as much as staff wants to be paid. Mm-hmm. And there's, like, a lot of discussion in, like, the nonprofit world in general is, like, how are we going to raise staff salaries and make sure, or give staff other benefits that are going to, like, keep them there. And I think that's, like, one of the reasons why nonprofit tends to have, like, a lot of vacation time. That's, like, one way to, like, incentivize like, workers to, like, stay. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, given that, like, in nonprofits, a lot of your money comes from, like, the government and grants. So even if, like, the organization wants to pay people more, they don't always have the money to do so. Mm-hmm. So they, like, find other ways to, like,
compensate
for that. So I definitely see a lot of anxiety within, like, nonprofit higher ups to, like, you know, pay us more so that we're not leaving the field.
Yeah. I can see that. Mm-hmm. Then there's also, to me, I feel like maybe it's just our generation is exposed mm-hmm. more to a lot of different avenues that aren't as conventional in the past. Yeah. So they're like, oh, well, if someone can do this, what's to say I can't? Mm-hmm. So it's that whole, like, thing where people are saying we're too privileged or mm-hmm. we think we can do whatever we want sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Where in that sort of, you're sort of instilled with that as a kid. People will try and tell you to aspire to be whatever you want. Yeah. So, like, now I feel like more people are, like, believing of that. They're like, mm-hmm. oh, I don't have to just do this. I can do whatever I want to. Right. In the past, people were like, oh, when I'm little, oh, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a secretary. Right. And that's that. Like, even if they find out they don't like it, that's just
there's like, well, this is what I did, so this is what I'm stuck with. Yeah. You know, which isn't true. And I feel like nowadays, you could use skills from one profession to take you into another.
Yeah, you can.
It's hard.
It's really hard, and you need really good people network skills to transition them over properly and to get hired in the first place. Right. For the most part. For the most part. There are circumstances, but in my opinion, you need that connection to help you. If I want to transition from being a dancer to working in finance, I need to know someone in finance who can get me in on the ground level, I feel. Right. For my resume to, like, spark something within the HR department.
That's definitely true. Networking in general, even in a field that you have your education in, networking definitely helps you get your foot in the door the quickest. But I feel like my networking skills aren't as good as others just because I'm not a natural talker, and I feel like I don't go places where I like can happen upon new people. I'm just kind of in the same spaces all the time.
It's always awkward, and everyone thinks it's awkward. At least people I asked. Yeah. And they never know what to say to people either. Mm-hmm. Like, I was just at this event in Bushwick, and it was, like, a bunch of, like, people, like, arts hipsters, and they all were, like, in their early 30s to mid 30s, and I'm like, I'm not sure how to approach any of these people. I don't know them. Yeah. I know we're all here for this one thing, and I could be like, oh, how'd you hear about it? But, like, what do I do? Do I just go up to you and be like, hi?
Yeah, like there has to be a space. And there are people that just do that. You can do that. People, like, will just, like, okay, when we went to the museum yesterday, the girl in the bathroom line just started randomly talking to us about the single stall bathrooms, and then she turned that into, like, yeah, it's really crowded here today, and then, like, if we wanted to, we could have extended that and found out more about her and how she heard about the event, like, but yeah, maybe that's what you need to do, like, find something that you're both, like, paying attention to at that moment and then make just a random observation comment.
I know those are the things you're supposed to do, but then when you're actually put to the test, like, so, like, if it's for, like, my job, which when I have to network with certain people, like press and stuff, then I know, like, I have to do it and it's like for a collection or event that we're putting together. So I can be like, oh, tell them stuff about the event, whatever.
Right.
But if it's just like an event that I'm invited to, I know there's a commonality. Like I could be like, oh, have you seen that art piece over? Like, have you seen that beer pouring into like whatever some random thing that's common to the space that we're all in? I know I can do that, but for me, it's still awkward to go up and do it. Like I just like there's this barrier when you just need to like get over it and just either do it or expect someone else to come and do it to you, because it's like that's the only way it's gonna happen. Someone has to make that first move.
Exactly. Like I feel like if someone does make that first move with me, it's easier for me to like give it back.
Yeah, give some more into it.
But to start it, I'm really bad at that. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm good at all.
I'm not good.
At all. But it is like a good skill to have, especially if you want to start a career or transition careers. That's definitely
a very vital skill.
Yeah, vital skill.
To build up that network of people that you can sort of like, hey. But I'm trying my hardest to get over myself. It's that fear of rejection yet again. Yeah. Like being like, oh, why are you like thinking that person's thinking, why are you talking to me? Like, you know, like that weird thing. Like if you're out to meet people, most people are out to meet people unless they're just chilling at home. You know? They don't mind. If you're going out, there's a chance you might meet someone. Right. That's the point of being outside with others. Unless you're like in a private booth and have it roped off or whatever. Yeah.
But then a lot of people go out with their friends and then it's like you don't know when it's appropriate to break that friend barrier, like. But I guess you could talk to multiple people at once.
If it's not romantic, it's just like to make a friend. Yeah, I feel like you can't, like, obviously I wouldn't go up to a group of people. Like, I feel like we touched upon this more, but in the romantic sense. Like, if there's a group of people having a birthday party at this booth, I'm not going to go and encroach upon the party and be like, hey, you want to talk? Like, but the party is like starting to split up and go to the bar and stuff, and if I want to talk to someone because I feel like they could be a cool friend and nothing romantic behind it, I feel like you should do whatever you want and say whatever you want.
That's true. But then it's like, how do you know someone's gonna be cool? I feel like there has to be like an initiation thing, like at the museum. Like we were all there for that one specific like event, so like you know at least this person has the same taste in movies as you. At a bar, you don't know who this person is, what they like. You just know they like being at a bar this one night.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the whole, like, rejection thing. But I feel like it matters less for friends than it does for a romance.
What? The bar thing?
Yeah. Because, like, you're just out just trying to chat and meet people, not really to, like, get into somebody's pants or whatever.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Yeah, but I think that, like, what I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to, like, switch careers 100%. I'm just trying to transition into another section of my field. Yeah. And even that is difficult. And I feel like there's also a lot of politics in leaving your job or transitioning from one department to another, because there's all of these different people that you have to think about. Like, how is your boss gonna react? How is, how is that gonna affect, like, your recommendation and things like that? Like, because some people say that, like, if you take a job and then you leave within a year, that's considered rude. And I'm like,
you could have really, gone into it and they lied. Your expectations were not met.
Yeah.
So like, what am I supposed to suffer?
Exactly. Like, I mean, there's loads of people out there who need jobs, so it's not like it's gonna be like difficult. Well, it depends. I guess it depends, but
I mean, like, everyone has the need that they're looking for when they're like, hiring for someone. It's various factors, but
it's not impossible to find a replacement.
It's not terrible to find qualified candidates.
It'll just be inconvenient for a little bit until you find that other person. Yeah. And, finding a job is not easy. So even if you want to leave a place, it's going to take probably a couple months.
Yeah, and it's going to require interviewing, like,
writing,
scheduling,
cover letters.
Yeah, going to do, like, sample tests, whatever they might make you do for a position. And it's just, like, a whole nother process on top of your regular daily life of things to worry about.
it's like very time consuming to apply to new jobs. Like one thing, I have a timeline of when I want to like transition into the next thing. So what I'm doing now is I'm like browsing different job search sites to see like what kind of job I would be interested in, because I have like a general idea of what I want to do next. Like I definitely want to do more like macro level work. But there's like so many different types of macro level work you can do. So I'm just like looking up different positions and seeing, oh, well, this is something I really like, or that's not exactly what I want to do. Just so that when I'm ready to make that transition, I know like exactly like what organizations I might look at, like what kind of job titles I need to look at and things like that. Because I think that will be helpful to me to have like some focus around like what I'm doing.
Helps give you direction. Whereas sometimes I'm just like, what is that? Like I have a very generic idea and it's not even fully formed. And sometimes I'm just like, what in the world, man? Like, I like some people though, they make job transitioning seem so easy. Yeah. Like, this one girl at my current place, like, she's maybe a year or two older than me, but she's, like, traveled around, like, she's from Australia, and she traveled around, like, not the world, but she's traveled around a great deal. Like, I feel like she spent, like, a year or two just traveling, meeting people. Oh, wow. And then she, like, did some stuff in, like, in the food industry, and then transitioned over into like public relations, and I'm just like, that seems like such a well-rounded, like, you've been able to do a lot of different things, and you're like not that much older than me, and I'm just like, how do some people just don't have those anxieties tied to them when it comes to like making a decision to just, you know what, I'm gonna switch my career and that's it, and I'm just gonna take a leap. Whereas I want it to be like, I want to switch my career, but I need to have this in place when I switch, so I know that everything will still be somewhat okay. Right.
Like, I couldn't just, like, pick up and move. Like, there's a part of me that really wants to, like, experience another city, but, like, I would have to have a plan, like, of action. I couldn't just, like, one day decide, okay, I'm gonna move, and then, you know, I'll find a place. I'll find a job. Like, I'll move, but I'm not going to have a job in place. I'm just going to move and, like, see what happens and, like, live off my savings.
That works, like, for some people.
It does.
And some people try and plan, but then it doesn't come to their, like, happen. It doesn't happen the way they want it to, and the next thing they know, it's a year later and they still haven't moved because they haven't found what they needed to for them to make that leap. Right. And then at that point, sometimes it's like, either I go now and see if I can make it happen while I'm there, or I don't.
Right. And I guess, like, if you do want to move, maybe it is easier to find a job or a new opportunity if you're physically in that location as opposed to,
like, doing it abroad. Yeah. Or in another state or whatever.
Right. I don't know, man, but other people do make it seem, like, really easy. Like, this other person I know, like, they're our age, and they've had, like, so many different jobs in so many different fields, and it's just from knowing people. You know, so... Yeah. Yeah. And there's
this girl that I met when I was doing, not an internship, like, I volunteered for, like, Comic-Con, and in New York, not in San Diego. But I, like, kept in contact with her, and we met up, like, end of last year, early this year for drinks, and she was telling me how she really wanted to move to San Francisco, but she didn't have a job lined up, and she wanted to, like, have a job and everything set before she left. And then I was like telling her, you know, like, sometimes you just gotta go and you can't just wait, because she's like, yeah, I wanted to move there last year, but I didn't because nothing happened for me. Right. And then she messaged me, like, a couple of days ago telling me she decided to take the leap and just going out there to San Francisco
without a job.
Yeah, without a job, and she's just gonna, like, see if it's easier for her to find it while she's there. Oh, wow. And, like, wow, but she's, like, pursuing what she wants. Yeah. Like, she knows what she wants, and she's trying to get it by just taking a chance. Leave. Yeah.
But is she, like, living by herself? Is she living with someone? Does she know people over there already?
I think she has some family there. Okay. But she was making it sound like she was going to move there on her own, like, gonna buy, like, rent a place and, look for a job and all that stuff. But I think she's going to LA as opposed to San Francisco now.
Okay.
Because there's more job opportunity. Also, San Francisco has gotten crazy expensive.
It's really expensive.
Like, more expensive than New York.
Yeah, which I can't even fathom. But, yeah, I mean, hopefully it works out for her. I mean, it just might.
Yeah, I mean, there's always, as long as you have, like, courage to believe in yourself. Been watching a lot of Friday Night Lights lately. And they're all about, you know, clear eyes. Or
strong hearts,
yeah,
right?
Something like full hearts or something. Can't lose. that phrase.
Something really inspirational.
Yeah, it's like all about like, you know, like believing in yourself and not having anything like muddle your focus and just like going after what you want and trying your best, and that's all you can do basically.
Right. And I'm trying to live that way. Like I'm trying to live like and be more fearless in general, and I'm also trying to focus on what makes me happy as opposed to what I think is the correct, quote unquote, correct way to do things.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, because, again, like, transitioning from my job, like, my whole thing was like, oh, I'm going to come here and I'm going to be here for, like, at least a couple years because I'm going to get longevity on my resume because that's what you're supposed to do. And now I'm just like, this is not, like, my end game, so maybe I need to, like, speed it up and leave earlier and, you know, think about myself, not think about how it's going to look to, like, my boss or how it's going to affect my resume. It may not even, like,
affect your resume.
Look bad, you know.
Well, we have two friends that are, one's already thinking about flying the coop after a year of moving to a new place, and then...
I don't know.
And then, another one's, like, trying to stick it out for 3 years or whatever, just because, like, some benefits or something good happens if you stay for 3 years at that place. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of people are, like, they have, like I feel like before, no one went into a career with an expiration date in mind. Yeah. And a lot of people have, like, set their own expiration dates, and sometimes they get moved up sooner based on, like, they're just, like, inner passions and circumstances at work.
Because I just want to be, like, happy and content. I'm tired of, like, struggling just so I can, like, meet some arbitrary standard of correct. Because I think that's, like, what I did, like, by going straight to grad school. Because, like, it would have been, like, really difficult for me to find a job. So I was like, whatever, I'll just go to grad school because that's, like, the second best thing you can do if you can't find a job after college.
Going back to school.
Yeah, and then grad school was so, like, emotionally, psychologically difficult. But I was like, no, I gotta finish, blah, blah. Then I got, like, the first job that was offered to me. That was a network job because I got that through my grad school advisor. So I don't even think I applied anywhere, actually. I might have, because maybe I think I was starting to apply to jobs, like, a couple months before graduation, but I didn't hear back from any of them. So, like a month before graduation, my advisor kind of, like, hooked me up with this job, and I was like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do then, because it's set. Yeah. So I'm not going to, like, continue to apply to jobs or whatever. I'm just going to do this, because it's, like, there. Yeah. And maybe I shouldn't have done that? I don't know.
There's so many, like, what ifs, like, shoulda, coulda, like, what if I just studied this instead of that? Yeah. Or what if I went to these hangouts and met with these people? Would that help me get where I want to go now? Or there's so many different things I feel.
The unknowns.
Yeah, the unknowns of, like, if I went down X path,
where would I be
right now?
Or happy.
Yeah, would I be happier? And does money really correlate to happiness also?
I think money makes things easier, but then it doesn't necessarily make you happier. Because I hear stories about, like, my friends who are, like, in good jobs when they leave because they're not happy, or even in social work school, like, a lot of the older people in my class, they were people who had, like, careers in, like, business, or they were attorneys, or they were this, that, then they left. Like, after their kids got older or whatever, they left that career and, like, went to social work school to be a social worker because that's, like, their passion and that's truly, like, what they wanted to do. And they came from the generation where you get a job and you make money and you raise your family and you stay there. But now that they're kind of, like, done raising kids or almost done raising kids, now they're, like, I'm going to do what makes me happy now. And that's why they went to social work school.
Yeah.
So it's like, what was the first, what were we talking about? How did I transition into this? Oh, money and happiness.
Yeah.
So like money makes your life like more comfortable, but it may not necessarily make you feel more fulfilled, though a little comfort is definitely nice.
Yeah, but it also depends on what your level of comfort is, because some
Yeah.
people don't like need much to feel comfortable.
That's true.
And they're plenty very happy.
Yeah.
Or they project happiness in ways.
Like I don't even need that much more money. I just want to be able to afford to live. Hopefully afford to live by myself one day.
Yeah.
No offense to y'all.
No,
Love y'all.
yeah,
but you know, there's like something about like owning your own place.
Owning
It's
your
like
own
a
place,
marker of
decorating it yourself.
Right.
And doing, walking around in your underwear.
And exactly.
Whatever you want to do. Like, you don't have
Right.
to wait till the weekends when your roommates aren't around.
Right. And it's just like, it's like a marker of like, you've reached somewhere. When you can, like,
but that's
afford
also like a preconceived marker of success. Or
it could be, yeah.
But I mean, if that's what you find to be happy, then that's fine for you.
Yeah.
But
I think most people want their own space.
Most people want their own space. Then they get their own space if they do, and they're like, well, I'm really lonely. Unless they have someone else that's going to be in their own space with them.
Or unless they're going out a lot.
Yeah.
They do. But but like, just so I could do that, like pay my loans off and still have like money left over, and go to a brunch now and then travel now and again, and that's it. Like I don't need to live in opulence.
I don't need opulence. I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't mind it if it's not there.
If you're giving it to me.
Yeah,
I'll take it for sure.
But
I think. Sometimes I worry maybe I'm just too lazy for life, and I just like honestly just want like to do whatever I want, and then
me too,
not have to worry about too many things. Like if I feel like waking up at 8:00 today, I'll wake up at 8:00, do what I want, do what I need to get done, and then take a nap, go back out, do whatever's on my schedule. Right. And other times I'm like, if I want to stay in or not go outside at all, but I still want to have money to do what I want. Right. Like I wouldn't mind a nice little studio. I went to this girl's apartment, and it's kind of like a studio apartment. She lives in Williamsburg with her girlfriend, and I was like, oh, her building was so nice. Like, and from the outside, you wouldn't think it was that great, but when you saw her apartment, it was like really nice, brand new, renovated. Like, it was a studio space, so it was like one giant open space, and then like a kitchen, a bathroom, and like closets. So her bed was on one side, and the living room was on the other. Like the sofa's right next to it. But I'm just like, the way it was laid out, it looked so pretty, and it was decorated the way like someone grown up would want to like have their own space decorated. Like it had art on the walls. It had like everything served a purpose, and it was done like this is the place that I live. I'm gonna hammer things into the wall. And, let it be, and it's okay. Yeah.
But she lives in a dual income household in the studio, so it's probably easier for her to like afford it.
I guess so. It was still ridiculously beautiful though.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Really nice, but. I was like, I if I had my own, like, I wouldn't mind if I had a studio like that. Yeah. And by myself, if I had a studio with that nice new kitchen, I had a dishwasher and everything. And the bathroom was pretty spacious enough. Like, you had enough space to walk around. If I had my own little apartment and I could just get up and do whatever I wanted.
That would be fun.
That'd be, like, the prime of happy.
North Bronx, because, like, my friends have studios in the Bronx. They're big.
But
they have multiple.
For millions of years.
Yeah, well, live on the express line. Live off the 4. I mean, it's not the best, but...
I mean, I know there's some nice places there. I'm not in a rush to be, like, by myself, but... Part of it is just like, just being able to afford to pay for a place that's mine. Being able to go out and have some nice things every once in a while. Buy some nice things every once in a while. Travel every once in a while. But not have to rely on, like, going and dealing with corporate BS and, like, like politics and, like, people. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't need to deal
really
with people.
done dealing with people. Like, honestly, my long-term, hopefully short-term, but... trying to be realistic. Long-term goal is to like eventually work for myself. That is like my dream. Because like you said, being able to wake up whenever you want to wake up, work from home, be in control of yourself.
Yeah. The only other things you have to worry about is like health insurance.
Yeah. If you make enough, you could buy your own health insurance. Yeah. I mean, there have been like people who are, no, let me not say that. Anywho's, but like finding a way to like be my own boss is definitely like a goal of mine. So now I'm just trying to like collect different skills.
Be able to transition
to market
easier.
myself, yeah.
Sometimes I just want to, my transition I feel is I need to take a break, a mental break, and just like spend a year somewhere. And like, I want to make money somewhere, but I also don't want to be in retail. There's so many things, you know. Life is like freaking hard.
It's so hard. I know, but yeah, I think thinking of like some type of game plan of how you're going to like get out of where you are now and then get to like where you want to go is like good. Whether it's going to be just like biting the bullet and just making that move, leap now, or like pacing yourself if that's what you want to do. Yeah.
But you also need to come in with an expiration date. Sorry to say, but if you really want to make waves and you know like the thing that you're doing isn't permanent, you have to, like you said, as part of the game plan, you need to know when you're gonna say either I need to move by X date or I need to like take a leap and try something else. Yeah. Because like if you don't set time limits, you just get your time is sucked away and you're stuck.
Like I do not want to be stuck. That's like that's kind of what made me like push my timeline up, because then I see other people who've been in jobs longer and how like they're eager to get out, and I'm like, and they've been unhappy for years, and it's like I don't want to be unhappy for years, because I was unhappy at my old job, and I started applying for jobs like 4 months in. And I think why I wanted to stay at this job longer is because I felt guilty about like leaving so soon my old job, but it's like I had to do. I was way too unhappy. Like it was just yeah.
I was actually talking about expiration dates with one of my colleagues now, and she's like, because she was like, I don't want to. She's the type of person who she's the one who travels a lot. She's like, she doesn't want to be stuck in any one career. She could never see herself working a 9 to 5 for the rest of her life. She'd want to do different things just because that's just how she operates. Yeah. But she wants to like progress as well. So doing different things that helps her move into a new area that's not, you know, stepping back in a sense. Right. So she was like, like, what about you? And I was like, I'm still not sure what my end game is. I know even though I love this place now, it's a lot better than where I was. It's not my total, like, end-all, be-all. We were talking about timelines, and I asked her what hers was. And she was like, probably, like, 3 years or so. And she just started working, like, end of last year. She started there, but she was more intern and then got hired on officially around the beginning of this year. And she was just saying like how she wants to be here for like 3 years or so, but that's partly because she needs a visa to stay in the U.S. So I'm not sure like if her timeline would change depending on her need visa. For a visa. Yeah,
well that makes sense, because then I guess with the visa she could do whatever she wants at that point. Like she won't be like held back.
Well, our job gives her the visa to stay. Because like you need someone to sign off for it. So if she didn't have that job, she would have to find another one. Right. Just so she could stay in the U.S.
Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. But then I don't know what's holding me back. I think guilt.
You feel too much.
I feel too much. I feel too guilty. And like I do like my job. I just don't love it. Yeah. And I'm kind of bored. Yeah. Now, like, it's become kind of monotonous. Like, the day, like I say, I believe in, like, our overall mission, and I believe in the organization. Just my day-to-day work, it's, like, become bored.
Aren't built for certain people. Yeah. Like, like, I like my job. I wouldn't say I love it, but there are really great perks in it as well that make you want to love it. Yeah, so, but then it's like, you know, it's a give and take sort of thing. Like, like, you know, if you know, or if you don't know, the world isn't fair. Right. Not everything is going to be 100% perfect 100% of the time. Things might come close to it or be like the total opposite, but that's just how things are going to progress, I feel, in life. That you just get what you get and you try and make the best out of it and work towards something better if you're not where you want to be. And I don't know, I just feel like right now I've gotten a better situation than before, but it's just like, you know, I'm not feeling that I'm better than the situation that I'm in. Just like for me, like I want something else that's more meaningful for myself, because at the end of the day, for me personally, my decision was like haphazard. I never like had any sort of inclination of wanting to do this as a profession. It just happened end of senior year, because I was like, what am I gonna do? And I was just like talking to people trying to figure out, because what I really wanted to do was something like film and production, and that's another hard industry to break into in its own right. And I was just like trying to figure out what I could do to make money. And after I started talking to 111, I was like, yeah, I'll try this. And then I just decided to focus on it. So it was like nothing I ever thought about as a career in my entire life, never, until like senior year.
You fell into it.
And I just like, I'll just go with the flow with this. This seems like something, it's not terrible. It seems close enough to film that I could like get sort of in there that way as well. And meet people.
You should network with that dude we met on your birthday.
I was sort of, but it was, you know.
Like he was wasted too.
Yeah, you can network with someone who's drunk out of their mind. That's also really difficult to try.
But this is definitely a good neighborhood to be in. Oh my god, you should try and get in with Caribbean. Caribbean, the organization that put on the movie we went to last night. Oh. They're all about, you know, Caribbean heritage film.
Yeah, but I would need to, like, film something.
No, like volunteer with them, or, you know, just say you want to help out anyway, and then, you know, transition, or, like, things like that. Or start it yourself, because, like, she just, I guess that's what she was saying, she just, like, started it randomly, and it turned into this, like, big thing. Yeah. But that takes so much time and money and effort.
Yeah, it's a lot of extra side work. Yeah. But, like, if that's what you want to do, you make time for it. I do know a couple people, though, that, like, I took film classes with that are actually pursuing that sort of thing, but it's taken them a bit of time as well. And also, like, I don't have parents that can help support me while I try and focus on something like that. But, you know, it's all about figuring out what you want and how to get there.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
I just want to... I don't know. So like I said, I'm browsing to find exactly what it is that I want to do in the same field that I'm already in. But I just, like... my fear, too, is that I get bored easily.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, am I too lazy
to do anything? I haven't even been here a year and I'm already, like, bored of, like, what I'm doing.
Like, maybe you just need more variety, or...
Maybe, or...
I don't know, that's what also the whole generation thing. Do we get bored too easily? Because that's why people keep switching jobs. I feel like it's also a lot of points in articles like, this generation has a short attention span. They only care about instant gratification, what's right now, and blah, blah, blah.
I mean, maybe, but...
You know, videos have to be... like 15 seconds long for anyone to watch it. Like, to capture someone's attention, it has to be good in the first 15 or 10. Otherwise, you've lost them.
But our generation will also binge watch a 20 episode series, you know.
Yeah, as long as it's good.
As long as it's good. So, like, yeah, like, things have to be good to grab our attention, because we know there's better things out there.
Also, if you guys don't know about FOMO, which I didn't really realize was a thing.
Broad City.
Yeah, well, there was an article recently about the fear of missing out, how I think it was on BuzzFeed or something, but, like, how our generation is so worried or stressed out about missing out on things that they're, like, making things worse, sort of. Like, they're all, like, constantly worried about, like, oh, have you seen the latest this? Or have you seen this new show? I've heard this music video, blah, blah, blah. And they're all trying to keep up with everything that everyone's talking about, which is making them more stressed out than they need to be and making them not enjoy things. It was a pretty interesting article, and I forgot where I saw it. It had, like, a Portlandia reference, because there was, like, this skit on Portlandia where these two characters were trying to prove that they knew more about what was going on than the other. Oh, like, have you read this? Yeah, of course I read it. Did you see this? And it was, like, back and forth like that. And, like, I don't know, like, our generation has, like, this fear of missing out on a lot of things. Like, oh, maybe I should go because I might miss something good that's gonna happen. Or maybe I should watch this or read this because everyone's talking about it and I won't know what they're talking about.
Right.
And it's just dumb. Sometimes I find it dumb.
I kind of feel that way because I kind of feel like I haven't really lived life until very recently because I was so focused on like following that correct path, like going to school and getting a career, and I didn't really have like a lot of like fun outside of that. And now I'm trying to have a little bit more fun, but I'm still not doing like I guess what other people are doing, but I'm doing it like my I'm doing it like within my parameters.
Your version of fun.
My version of fun.
Yeah. Sometimes, everyone has different ideas of what fun is. Yeah. Sometimes fun to me, I could be binge watching Friday Night Lights in my room all day, and I have a ball.
That's fun for me. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what like I'm trying to do now, and then figure out what the next step for me is. But I definitely don't want to work for other people for too much longer, and like you said, deal with the politics and other people's moods.
I know sometimes like
energies.
No, like, I don't want to deal with you. Or you're whining and you're complaining about something. There are worse things to complain about,
right? Or just like other people's anxieties making your anxiety worse. It's just sometimes it's like calm down. Like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. But then maybe. Also, this generation, some people are not confident in them knowing what they're doing, so they give up and they move on to another thing because they think they're not that good. Sometimes I feel like I'm like I try and say like, no, you're good, but you know, like you give yourself a mini pep talk, or something, and you're just like worried about what other people are doing or thinking. Yeah, and like it's all about personalities too, but sometimes it's like I don't want to deal with anybody. Sometimes you're making me feel like a dummy, like not really like a dummy, but like, you know, like
like people like to talk down to other people, or you know, sometimes I'm like there's different ways to do the same job. It doesn't mean anyone's doing it worse than the other. Yeah, but it's just like
you have your own method of doing
it. And I feel like it's all subjective. Like I feel like in my job, like certain people get more slack than others, and it's for a variety of reasons. Like some people just don't like some other people's personalities, or some people are more willing to speak up, or some people just want to like go with the flow, or some people don't like other people's style of doing the work that we do. It's just like also arbitrary, and it's like I don't know. I don't want to like deal with that because like I said, like it brings up all these feelings of inadequacy or anxiety, and it's just like I don't know.
Eve ruined the world when she took a bite of that apple, making people aware of everything.
I don't know, dude. But all I know is that I need something more engaging and fun, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard.
It's scary to not know.
It is very scary. Sometimes I'm like, you know, F this, yo. I'm just gonna do whatever I want and go and make a plan and just be like... Then sometimes you get bored of not having nothing to do. What
do you mean? Oh, like, yeah.
Like this one girl, my friend, she like quit a job that was terrible, and she was happy for a bit, but then she had nothing else to do, and she got old quick. Yeah. And she needed something else to do. Yeah. So it's like, you know, you're happy for a moment, and then it fades, and you're like, now what's next?
Because you have to replace one bad thing with a good thing. Yeah. You know? But I guess...
But then you place it with a good thing, it seems good. 3 months later,
you're like...
Actually,
this is not what I thought it would be.
Not so much. It's okay. Like, a little better than before, but...
Not exactly. Because that's the thing. Like, I feel like when you're applying to jobs, or when you see job postings, that job is trying to portray themselves in the best way possible.
They want to attract the best candidates.
Exactly. So you're not getting, like, the full, true, day-to-day reality of what it is to work that job. Yeah. Until you go there and you're like, oh. But then, like, when you're building your own business, you have control over how things are and where things are going. So if you're unsatisfied with something, you could just change it whenever you feel like it. So things are like always fresh and always like how you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like everyone right now needs to be in a constant state of some sort of movement.
Yeah.
What's next? Like moving here to there. Okay, now that I got that done, where am I going now?
Right,
like,
exactly. Like ticking things off.
It's just about like I feel like things are actually more fleeting than they were before. Like today's happiness is more fleeting than yesterday's. Like or maybe people just didn't care about happiness as much, and more people are focused on it now.
People are more focused on structure.
And like having support.
Right.
For supporting their family, having this, getting a wife, having 2.5 kids.
Right. The house, and then just working to maintain all of that.
Yeah.
Whereas now, like our generation, that's not our goal. We don't want that structure immediately. Like now, I don't want any of that. Like
maybe it's
responsibility right now.
The world is imploding on itself.
That too.
And everyone's like so aware that anything could change in a dime. So like, you know what? I won't have retirement when I get older. I won't have this and that. The air will be harder to breathe. There's so many end of the world scenarios going on. It's more expensive
to raise children. Like I'll talk to my mom and she'll ask me like, oh, like, you know, you're older. Like, when are you gonna like, gotta
pop out a
baby? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not really
Your
thinking.
Mom really asked you this question?
We got into a thing about it, so she said she's gonna stop, but she was. And I'm like, I'm not even thinking about that right now. That's like a long time away. I'm thinking about building my like career.
Island thing.
I don't know. She wants to be like a grandma, and I feel like the only one of like her siblings whose kids haven't had a kid yet is me, and then one of my cousins who's also like a career woman.
But she's like, you're not that old.
That's what I'm saying. But I guess it's like she wants a grandbaby, and I'm the only girl, so she's feeling like my grandchild is going to be like more her grandchild, which is some old world shit too. Yeah. It's like if and when my brothers have babies, that's still going to be your grandchild. It's not like the mom's going to keep her away, keep the child away. My mom. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's such an old school way, which is like so strange. My mom's like progressive in a lot of other ways, but it's just like, I don't know.
Well, maybe very maternal.
Maybe, but I'm like, and if I do have a kid, it's only going to be one. I'm not having more than one child. She's like, what? You can't just have one child. You have to have like at least two. They have to have siblings. And I'm like, do you know how expensive it is to raise children right now? Or you should know, because you're still raising one. One's not fully of age yet, and the other one still lives at home too. So it's like, you're still raising. You should know how hard it is, how expensive it is. The world's much difficult. I tell them it's much more difficult to start your life now. Like 26 doesn't mean the same like it did like back then when you guys, were growing up. It's like, it's like a different world and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And she's just like, she has no like response. That's a lot.
And when I talk to my mother or my dad, that's never about relationships. They don't even ask me. I guess either they don't think I'm in one or don't want me to be one. Well, who knows? Maybe they'll get their wish.
Maybe they will. No, it's not gonna happen.
But yeah, like they never ask about that. And I think it's just because they don't want to, or
it's awkward.
Yeah, no, they definitely don't expect me to have any kids. My father would probably blow up or something, explode. Yeah. If someone mentioned children, I would explode. Yeah. If someone told me I was gonna have a kid right now.
That's so far away.
Yeah. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Because like I always say, I can barely take care of myself, much less another human being. Yeah. Even a dog would be too much. Like we were talking about getting dogs yesterday.
I would get a little dog, but the walking.
It's thing, like you gotta like walk them on a schedule, or you gotta feed them. Like buying them food is a lot of money. The vet is more money.
Yeah, you gotta take them to the doctor.
Yeah, it's like if they're sick, you gotta care for them. Like it's a lot of work because it's like a living, breathing thing. Yeah. Yeah. It's just the thought of a child is like, ugh. Yeah. Right now.
Thank you.
No. There's still things I want to do that having a kid would just like get in the way, like travel and like
spoil yourself.
And spoil yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no right answer of how and when and should you change careers, transition.
I just feel like it happens more often now.
Yeah, definitely.
As opposed to before. And I guess 3 years is a long time, and there's like dog years now.
Yeah.
It's like the amount of time you stay is like a dog year. It's like for people.
Imagine being where I'm at for 3 years.
Because I was kind of where I was at my old place for nearly 3 years.
Oh, yeah?
And they're like, that's a long time. And I was like, really? I didn't feel like it was that long of a time. It was a good deal of, like, my first, like, career job. But, like, I didn't think it was that long. But apparently it is, so.
In this day and age.
5 years is really long.
I can't even, oh my god, like this girl at work
5 years
had
from
her
now?
5-year anniversary and I was like, oh my god, she's been here that long. It didn't even like occur to me she's been here that long.
For 5 years?
Yeah, and I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Someone's
here.
like clapping like, oh, you had your 8-year anniversary. I'm like, 8 years?
8 years in one place.
That's a long time.
No. But then my mom was at her old job for 19 years.
But she probably likes what she does.
Yeah, she liked her old job. But now she's like trying to find like a new long-term position and she's like, I don't really like this. Then she went to a new one, I don't really like this. And then she's now at one where she like likes.
Okay.
But she's like, I don't know how long it's gonna be, but like when I go back to school, because she like put school on pause when like the agency closed down. So she's like, this one will be good for when I go back to school, so I'll keep this for like now because it's chill. And even she's thinking about the next thing, so it's like weird.
Who knows? 5 years from now.
Definitely, next thing I have to be more happy, hopefully make more money, and be less bored.
With life?
With the thing, whatever thing I'm doing. Those 3 things must be there.
5 years from now, I would like to own my own place, and I would like to be a lot happier than I am now. Be more self-assured with who I am, which is something I guess you always learn or grow into as you get older.
Yeah.
And just make more money and
doesn't even have to be that much more. Just like
like a little
bit more.
A little more where I can afford nicer things, or
a little bit,
a little nicer. And
I can afford to live in New York.
Yeah, I can
That's
save
where I am.
some chunk of change and not stress out about a bill. Well, no, I'm not stressing out right now, but
it's just like, oh, I have to pay this bill.
Yeah. More of like the bill would be unnoticed. Like, oh,
yeah, like it's gonna like come out.
Yeah.
It's not gonna really affect your budget that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I need to be famous. Speaking of famous.
You need to be famous?
Yeah. Or someone get those free things.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can live anywhere for free, get meals for free. They just get so much free stuff. It's ridiculous.
Like crazy.
25 phones given to you in a gift bag. It's just because you're you.
Yeah.
Then you got paparazzi.
Yeah, I don't want to be famous. I just want to be comfortable and happy. That's my goal. Comfortable, happy. That's it.
Yeah. I was like, always wondered, like, the whole what if path. Like, what if my mom took me to acting lessons like I asked for? Or what if I didn't, if I went the entertainment route and like, lost, like, 30 pounds and became a model or something? When I was younger, a child's model or some random stuff. I was like, I was very into entertainment when I was a little kid.
You still are.
Yeah.
There's like different things you could do in entertainment. Yeah.
There are a variety of different things, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you need to move to LA. Or Atlanta.
I haven't even visited LA, so I need to see what that's about before I would go move there.
Or Atlanta. Black LA.
Black LA. I don't know if I can handle that.
I don't know, housing's cheap. You can get a nice place.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. Or Texas. Austin.
Well, we'll
Big
see.
film scene.
Indie filmmakers. Yeah. Mala.
Vancouver.
Yeah, we saw this film yesterday.
Yeah. It's a documentary from Puerto Rico called Mala Mala, rather.
Yeah.
About transgender individuals in Puerto Rico. Saw it at Brooklyn Museum.
And it was free.
It was free for first Saturdays.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And they had the directors come and speak after for a Q&A.
Yeah.
That was also really
cool.
nice.
Yeah.
And then they're planning like another showing at the IFC Center.
July 1st.
And it's gonna be a drag show too.
I want to see. Let me look at my calendar.
I want to see the drag show.
That has to be a weekday, right?
It's a weekday because the 4th is a Friday. Oh, it's a Saturday. I think that's a Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, it's a Tuesday. I'm almost positive, but it was a good film. And the filmmakers made me inspired to film something.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, this is so cute. It was like I could see those music video references that they were talking to, as well.
In the movie,
yeah, because like the certain shots, how they were filmed and like the lighting in them, because it was very modern. The stylization of the film was very modern, and I could see how that it correlated to like music videos of today.
Yeah,
and
it was very well done.
Yeah,
the music and it was great. I actually found the artist,
the composer. Yeah, I was like, wow, this is like good music to accompany this documentary.
The song is actually produced by the dude who's Blood Orange.
Blood Orange?
Yeah. That's his name, right? Blood Orange?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think his name. Yeah. But anyway, Dev Hines. Yeah, it was really, really good. So, yeah, if you guys are in the New York area, July 1st, IFC Center, go watch it. It's definitely worth paying for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good film, and it's like it goes by pretty quickly because it's paced very well, and it's fun. It's a fun film on an interesting topic.
I see the song.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, gonna end on that note. As always, if you have some commentary on what we were discussing this episode about changing careers or changing your life for the better, let us know what your thoughts are. If you have any suggestions for us how we could change our life, that would be
what is happy?
What is happy?
Did Eve ruin the world? Maybe that could be the podcast title.
Did Eve ruin the world? Yeah.
But
Things to think about.
Things to think about. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.